You know who I am. A number of persons have called me to say that they've seen something circulating about violation of constitutional rights, and there needs to be a proclamation by the president before curfew can be imposed, etc., etc., etc. Let me just say, I had a discussion with the president of the OECS bar, the CARICOM bar, Mr. Ruggles from Grenada, as well as the head of the OECS bar a couple of days ago, and I said to them, if anyone, as some have already done from the OECS, calls me to ask me my legal advice, it is going to be dependent on one thing. If you intend to use it in the midst of a virus where people are going to die or have died and will die and are going to be extremely sick, and that our medical frontline soldiers are going to be put in harm's way, I am not interested. If the advice is for the purposes of advising the Attorney General that maybe something may have gone wrong, I am willing to assist without charge. So let's get some facts. We have a pandemic. We have 11 positive cases. We have the Minister of Health and the Prime Minister speaking to us about contact tracing. We have been told, whether we agree with it or not, that a curfew is required to protect lives, not votes, lives. So the question is, assuming there is an error, what should you do? Should you run on the street and tell everybody, to hell with Skerrit? You don't have to stay home. It's unlawful, it's illegal. And go by the bars and the markets and hang around and contaminate everybody? Or do you act responsibly, as everybody has said? Look, Mr. Attorney General, I think there's an issue here. I think you may need to reconsider this, because I think, and I've been advised, meaning whoever the lawyers are trying to get their glory day in the sun, that you may need to go to the president and get a proclamation for an emergency under the Constitution or the Emergency Act. Or do you tell the people, I'm going to court to stop the curfew, so you can go online and contaminate and infect others, and maybe even have them die because of your reckless advice and your thing? So my advice is, my dear friends, anyone who believes or may have a comment to make like I have on the SRO, your moral, nationalistic, patriotic duty is not to run in the street and scandalmonger and fearmonger and create all sorts of uncertainties in the minds of the people. Is to advise the people, follow the curfew, because that is what the international and regional specialists and experts are telling us, from Dr. Anthony Fauci to PAHO to the Minister of Health to the experts in the Ministry of Health. And let me speak quietly and respectfully and confidentially to the Attorney General to see how best we can resolve this in the interest of the country. Some of us do not know what in the interest of the country means. So let them speak. Let us see what advice they give. And are they going to allow people to stay out in the street and disobey the curfew because, gotcha? Or are they going to act responsibly, as I think in the face of a pandemic, not a riot, not civil commotion, not public order, a pandemic that has been killing tens of thousands of people already? What would your advice to Dominicans be in that case? What do you think your moral, professional duty should be? Dancing in the street, fear-mongering, or acting responsibly, if I were in their shoes, I would ensure that they act responsibly and communicate with the Attorney General. As I am sure others who are truly interested in the interests of the country, like myself, has done, to ensure that the people of this country are protected.